NYC, baby. The stars are out. Say what's up to
Hottest
Spike.
team in the land coming through.
Sure to be at the next home game. Each and every one of you will get your own Knicks backpack. Don't miss out. We want your time to be enjoyable.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thanks to Skylar Cole for that stirring rendition of our national anthem. And we'll be right back.
They say revenge.
Welcome aboard, everybody. This is Wednesday Sharms for the Bulls. The overall approach has seemed to be steady as she goes, stay in our lane, business as usual. But do you think that'll continue?
And business has been good, Kevin. One of the best attendance rates in the league. But listen, this is a Bulls organization that has to figure out its right direction and see how they can continue to build and find a way to build from the ground up and reach new heights, whether it is going a more rebuilding route, more in the middle route, versus going and really taking big swings. I think this is an organization that is very much trying to find their direction.
Oh, you're kind of setting the table. What could happen with this team? Good stuff. Now let's take a look at the Bulls' opening lineup. The wingmen, White and Levine. Williams is out there with Jalen Smith. And it's Mr. Perfect in at the point guard position. Here's Mr. Perfect. Brunson covering. Mr. Perfect, the pass to Smith. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
Just setting the tone with an aggressive move to the rack. And where's the help defensively?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
Here's Mr. Perfect. Good on the three-point shot.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Hey, Shams, no one is keyed on the league like you. Is there an under-the-radar trend that you're seeing around the NBA, or the next thing that you're anticipating may happen with the way the league will sway one way or the other?
Talking to executives around the league, it's clear that length has been very important, but having players that do multiple things and are versatile, that is of the utmost importance right now. We saw what happened with the Celtics winning a championship this year. I think that certainly is going to have an impact on how teams are going to build moving forward. Like the Celtics, you want to have players, 3 to 5 players that are playing heavy minutes for you, that are doing everything out there on the floor, not just one particular move.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. He wants to make some adjustments to the game plan, clearly.
Court is your fight squad. Get loud and let them hear it. T-shirts are incoming, fans. Make some noise and we'll send one your way.
Shams, I don't know how many kids grow up thinking they're going to be an NBA insider, but clearly that is something that you probably thought about at one time or another. Did you think that was going to be your path?
Kevin, I knew at the age of 16 years old what I wanted to do, and this path I wanted to take an insider for the NBA because I loved playing basketball, I loved writing, and I had a genuine passion for transactions, for the behind-the-scenes stories. So to be able to tell that story to the fans, I feel like I am one of the fans.
Good, another from three.
Well, folks, if you haven't been following his story since coming into the league, for all-time NBA rookies, he's now 5th place in three-pointers made.
You know, he's worked on his craft and improved in a short time here in his rookie season. He's got that beautiful touch as we've seen from deep guys, but that's definitely not the only way he can score. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for the Knicks, trailing by 10. And guys, this is the first they're seeing of the Bulls this season.
And on paper, you'd call them the better team, but they actually lost the season series against this group a year ago.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, I did have a chance to catch up with Tom Thibodeau. I asked him what plan he had, if any, for Zach LaVine. He said, my focus is making sure he doesn't get any easy shots. We have to contest every attempt. It's about mitigating the damage, not preventing it. So it looks like he'll settle for just making LaVine work as hard as possible. Guys?
Thank you, David. Late June, NBA free agency is such a busy time for you, Shams. During the start of that hectic period, walk us through your day. What's your life like? I've asked you this before in previous times you've been out here with us, but do you get any sleep?
I'm up 24/7 because the great part about free agency, Kevin, is you never know when you might get that call, you might get that text, when a player has committed, when a player has decided to go to a specific NBA team. That is what I live for. That's what I know the fans live for, and I'm one of those fans, so I want to make sure I know as well, and I'm able to inform in an appropriate, timely, responsible, and fair way, and accurately. So for me, there's not much wiggle room when it comes to sleep. I try to make up for it later, but NBA free agency, trade deadline, draft, those are time periods when I know I have to be on. I might be getting a call now, Kevin, actually.
Well, wait, I was just going to ask you. We're doing this game. I'm looking at your phone. It's lighting up. You're looking down. You're looking at the game. You're talking to me. You're doing two things at once.
I have to be multitasking at all times, Kevin. You know that.
Oh, it's the best. And a chance now to see how teams are faring across the league. Here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. Taking a look at New York. They slide down to the 3rd spot, trying not to slide any further.
And right now, Chicago, they just kind of burst out of the gate here with some fire, feeling disrespected by pundits who overlook them as a top team.
And things can get so intense when NBA rumors start flying, Shams. You know that. The teams are just kind of holding on sometimes for dear life. What is it like when you break a major NBA story, like you've done numerous times?
It's like when your heart skips a beat, Kevin. It's like when you feel like you are in such a rush and there's a surge of excitement that hits every particle of your body. Every profession obviously has a big payoff, but everything happens so fast. But when it happens, it makes all the hard work worth it, but it certainly brings a great feeling, and I definitely get goosebumps to this day.
You get goosebumps, but the hard work you put in to get that story, I know what you guys go through. It is amazing the hours you spend on it.
365, 24/7.
And Mr. Perfect gets it to go.
12 straight points off of three-pointers, and the D looks shell-shocked.
Pass to Anunoby. Brunson sets a screen for Anunoby. Back to Brunson. That's good. A tough shooting night. He's 2 for 8 and looking for more.
Brunson, one of those players that's just not going to be denied, determined to convert inside, and he does.
And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
From the stripe. Rebound by the Bulls. The question for them right now, can they maintain this winning streak? They've notched 11 in a row.
Well, it's been impressive, and the question now really is, who is going to figure out a way to stop this crew? Each time out, they're finding new ways to win. That is dangerous for your opponent. Really, a myriad of ways in which they're coming at you.
And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Brunson's got 7 points. 5 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Here's Mr. Perfect. Yep, that one goes in there.
This quarter belongs to him, and that's how you do it when you're out in front. Don't play it safe. Keep that momentum going.
From deep, Brunson. They get it back. Hart. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
Here's Mr. Perfect. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Williams. Mr. Perfect's got 26.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Well, if there were 4 or 5 boxes to check in terms of the game plan tonight, they might have checked 6. I mean, they're doing everything out there.
Well, that's one way he can finish, but far from the only way he gets it done. He's got all kinds of tricks up his sleeve.
And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. It's Chicago up by 16. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes. Thus far. A new lineup here for the Bulls.
Back with your Knicks sitting answer.
Bridges out there with Miles McBride. Then it's Josh Hart. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Towns in at the center position. That's the 5 for New York right now.
And Hart playing with his right now, just going all out.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
And the second free throw, good. The Bulls leading by 8. Here's Mr. Perfect. Buries it from three-point range. He's got 29 points.
Well, this is a gravity game right now. Whatever he throws up must come down. He's having a great game.
Here's McBride. Out to Bridges. Lets it go with a 3. Rebound by Smith.
And if you're looking for the main reason that they're trailing in this game, well, look no further than his shooting. I mean, he has hit exactly 0% of his shots.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. OG Anunoby has become a great complementary offensive weapon. Coach Tom Thibodeau says he's got a really good feel for it. He's very unique in that sense. He knows how to read defenses and how to attack. Kevin, his acquisition has taken this team to another level at both ends of the court. Back to you.
DA, it's been phenomenal. No question about that whatsoever. Thank you so much. Shams, it's been fun. And you know what? It's been too short. So you got to promise you're going to come back and give us some more inside information on the NBA. We have loved every second having you here courtside with us tonight.
Sorry I was not able to break any big news on air this time, but you know what? My phone's ringing, so maybe next time.
Well, let me look at your phone. Wait a minute. Hold on. That is big news! Holy cow! Come back sooner than later, okay?
Thank you.
So great to have Shams stop by. You can see his passion for the game in every word he says.
You can't work as hard as Shams does without having a passion for the NBA. It's not easy to be that plugged in.
They need this. And it's Chicago with the rebound. Mr. Perfect's got 4 rebounds in this game. Levine trying to free himself up, and again it will fall. Basket good there from Mr. Perfect.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Outside, Towns. Off with the layup. And so it's It's Chicago with a 21-point lead to end the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. We'll get you back to the action after this break.
Thanks for stopping by, everybody.
It's one-sided on the scoreboard. Also in the rebounding column. They're hammering on these guys. This is how you blow a team out.
All right, let's turn now to... That is more than enough.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. We're seeing a tremendous game from Mr. Perfect.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
So for Chicago right now, Levine and Williams up in the forward positions. White is out there with Mr. Perfect, and it's Smith in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And eventually, every player, GA, has to grapple with age, realizing they've lost a step or two against the young fellas. And sometimes, that is a very slow realization.
Oh, it is, Kevin. Hopefully, by that point, it's less about financial security and more about prolonging the inevitable, simply for the love of the game.
Bridges kicks to Brunson. Connects on the 17-footer. Brunson's got 16 points.
That's a tough distance to master, but Brunson making that mid-ranger look good.
Here's Mr. Perfect. Off target from three-point range. For New York, they've gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Brunson finds Hart. Brunson outside. Here he goes. Just 5 to shoot. Goes back up, and he sinks the layup. Brunson's got 4 points this quarter.
As much as you like Jalen Brunson, he believes in himself more than you do. Confidence translating.
And Mr. Perfect gets it to go.
I mean, he is bringing his game, guys. Another jumper from distance.
Brent, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I think it amazes both of us that Jalen Brunson fell to the second round, the 33rd pick back in 2018. So, with that in mind, how has he overcome the doubters?
Well, the first thing he got was opportunity, Kevin, and that's all.
Connects again.
He's at 50 again. He's done this a few times this year.
This has become old hat. He's tied for the 4th most 50-point games in a single season.
And this is his 9th 50-piece, tying the...
And again for 3.
Well, as the three-point bombs keep raining down, he's just moved up 1 more rung on the all-time list for three-pointers in a rookie season.
The three-point prowess is evident. Such a huge addition to this team. Brunson with another miss.
Well, he got off to a terrific start from the perimeter, but in the second half, he can't seem to build on that early success.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Buries the long-range jumper. Brunson's got 23 points.
Okay, you would think a coach might have talked to his defense about making the adjustment on...
Timeout. Hey, Greg, since getting traded in 2023, Mikal Bridges' scoring numbers have exploded.
Yeah, Bridges, the main piece of that deal, sending Kevin Durant to the Suns. Mikal scored 26 a game down the stretch for Brooklyn that year, taking his game to another level.
Achua is out there with Mikal Bridges. Then there's Miles McBride. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Okporti in at the center. That's the 5 for New York right now. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Bulls.
They made a point to protect the rim, challenging shots all game long, and the block total is off the charts.
And I feel like another part of tonight's game has been the hustle points, getting up and down, getting second chances, getting transition opportunities.
And yep, another basket.
He has tied the mark for second most 60-point games in a season.
What a year he's having. Game after game after game, being able to score so effortlessly. Truly remarkable. And that one's good. Brunson.
And he has become deadly from that in-between area. Brunson is efficient on the midi.
Connects again from distance.
Well, with the way he's been shooting from distance, I can't say I'm surprised that he's now second all-time in three-pointers made during a rookie campaign. He has been impressive.
And some of the best shooters we've ever had in the NBA are on this list. I don't think it's an understatement to say we could be witnessing a generational talent. Here's Mr. Perfect, and got it! Another basket.
And this game has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught. Brunson outside. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
His touch from mid-range, that's almost always good. That won't shake his confidence.
Mr. Perfect, the pass to Craig, and the shot goes down. Craig's got his first bucket of the night.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Well, I know they don't have mobile devices out there for texting, so they might as well talk to one another.
He just doesn't look like himself this quarter. Something's missing.
Well, he's missing, and it's starting to affect a little bit in his body language, and you just don't want to see that.
Out to White, pass to Mr. Perfect. There's the pick. Inside, here's Buzelis. Plays it up and banks it in. Buzelis has got 5 points now this quarter.
And how about the patience from Buzelis and the body control? He doesn't rush through that play.
And he makes that one.
And he's been their top scorer today, but it hasn't come easy. He has not shot the ball well. He'll have to be more efficient here if they're going to win.
Down low. Craig, good.
Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for Chicago.
You don't see this kind of a blowout often, but tonight this is a quality win across the board to deliver out this kind of punishment.
They definitely never changed the approach. They just kept after it and showed they were clearly the better team in just about every single category.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
And this is a great way for them to kick off this season series. 2 more games ahead, and they've taken the mental advantage with this win tonight.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Mr. Perfect. And so Chicago takes this one, and by a big margin. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's one of the greatest shooting seasons a rookie has ever had.